right there. That's my guy right there. I broadcast fights with him. I cover his fights. What
Oh,
time is it? It's showtime.
showtime.
It's Shawn Porter, my guy, this Saturday, Terrence Crawford pay-per-view. What a welterweight treat. Shawn, always, sir, a pleasure to chat with you.
I miss you, man.
I would say the same thing back to you, but I know you got busier things going on. So let's
Yeah.
start right here. Here's why we love this fight so much, because Terrence Bud Crawford is a pound for pound stalwart, but he's never truly been tested by an elite welterweight. So that makes you most likely the toughest opponent of his career. Is it true, though, on the flip side? Do you expect this to be the toughest challenge you have yet to face?
I do. I think that we've prepared for it to be the toughest challenge. And I won't be surprised when I get in the ring if anything's any less than what I expected because of our preparation. But yeah, on paper and from where we sit on the sidelines of the ring, looking at Terrence, I think that he is the number one guy that I'll be getting in the ring with.
Shawn, you're great in the ring, great on the mic, and really the best dresser in the sport of boxing today, which isn't really saying much, though, because look at, guys like me lingering. But I want to ask you what happened at Tuesday's press conference. Did you come straight from a revival of the Village People for that? What's going on with that vest,
Oh
bro?
man, you're trying to get after me. I took a chance and made the best of an opportunity. That's what happened. Funny thing is, that's been something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Who wants to wear a suit without a tie, and why would you want? Or excuse me, who wants to wear a vest without a shirt, and why would you want to? But I don't know, man. It just seemed like the right thing to do, and got people talking. So I guess in retrospect, it was the right thing to do.
The one thing I liked about it, and look, you're jacked, you're showing it off, you're ready for fight night. We can't wait for this. But you had some kind of interesting chest hair design. Are you trying to be ahead of the game in that regard too?
No, I'll be completely honest with you. And nobody knows this story, maybe not even my wife. When hair started getting on my chest and my stomach, I hated it and I started shaving it off. But being around my dad so much, everyone kind of looked at me like I was a kid, and told, you get people saying, oh, he's your dad, and you're following. And I'm like, I'm my own man. And I said, well, shoot, let me do this to my chest hair so that at the end of the day, even when I get in the ring, at least the guy across from me knows that I'm a man, so that's where that came from. And I just kind of left it there.
I love it. I love it. Look, Shawn, you're the chameleon of this division. You can really do any style, and I give you credit for evolving your game. Hey, you used your MMA skills against Andre Berto. You used your feet to outbox Danny Garcia. You've done it all there. So when you look at what Terrence Crawford brings to the table, is it one particular style that you think beats him, or is it all of the above?
You know what? I think the number one thing is not to outthink yourself. And so I think it's going to take a mixture of all of those styles, but you just got to play it right. I'm not going to adjust if there's nothing to adjust to. And with that being said, I'm going to come to the ring prepared to be the chameleon that I am. But if one style's working, we'll keep it moving. But, he's very good at making adjustments. He's very good at picking up the speed and the tempo and the rhythm of his fighters. So, we're prepared to do multiple things, counterpunch, be aggressive, the whole nine. But if we find one thing that's working, we'll stick with it until we need to make another adjustment.
Shawn, I think if maybe a layman or a casual fan looks at this fight and doesn't know all the wrinkles, they say, okay, for Shawn Porter to win against a guy this dynamic, well, he's got to make it a brawl, man. But I don't think that's true, first of all. But Bud's got a hell of a backbone, and you know this about it. There's some gangster, and I mean that in a positive way. In Bud, you test him, you're going to get the horns.
Yeah.
Is that a good strategy for you to try to get him into a war like you were able to lure Errol Spence into at times?
Listen, I think that this entire promotion has been respectful as it should be. I think that it's been relatively peaceful. Today, I intend to wake up the dog, and I intend to make sure that dog is alive during the fight. I think that will work to my advantage. If I can pull that gangster up out of Terrence, I think it'll work to our advantage.
What's really been a big part of this narrative is people kind of waking up and recognizing what you have accomplished. I mean, since 2013, your run of elite welterweights while they were still in their prime is a who's who of really who's fought in this division. And the only guys you really haven't fought, and they are Manny and Floyd, but you tried your best to lure them in. How proud are you? Because you won some, you lost some, you've been in some great close fights. How proud are you, though, at the way people are starting to look at you?
You know what? I am proud. It wasn't by design. It just kind of, through the grace of God, it just kind of started. It was a snowball effect. It was go get him, go get him, go get him. A lot like as I was growing up, my dad just kind of gave me the mission, and I always went for it, and it's led to a very amazing career. It's led to some amazing names on my career, which a lot of people can't say the same. So I am proud of that, and I think that definitely got to finish this job, man. Got to finish this one.
All right, look, anyone trying to say, make a case, ask a question, is Terrence Crawford overrated? Look, you're going to be an arrogant a-hole if you ask that. It's not true. The guy's the goods. Yeah. Is there any way, though, because he's only been able to lure, B+, B- level opponents in on a consistent basis, is any part of what we've seen a little bit of fool's gold? Meaning when he finally gets in there against an A guy like yourself, it may not be as easy.
I tell you what, again, being honest, that was one reason I did not want to be the first elite fighter that he fought. I didn't want that to what. So what's going to happen Saturday night? It's going to leave a humongous blemish on him as a fighter and his career. And I just really didn't want to be the first guy, so it is what it is. Grateful for the WBO for making this fight happen. And, with that being said, I think that he is great. I think that he is everything that we've seen him be. But I believe he's met his match, and that's going to happen on Saturday night.
How different are you? Because you do change your style, add little things so often. And it's been a bit with the pandemic, and you had somewhat of a stay busy fight your last time out. How different are you from the guy who fought Errol Spence right now?
I'm 34 now. With age comes maturity, comes growth. Comes more understanding of who you are and what you want out of life. And I think that me being a year older, going through the pandemic, being with my family getting bigger, getting closer to my dad. I mean, the numerous things have all made me better, a better person, better fighter. And Saturday night's gonna be great.
What are you looking for? Let's say the first 3 rounds, that if you see it, you're going to know that you've got a great chance to win this fight.
Oh, Lord. I wasn't looking for anything in any fight that I've had. I saw it in the Errol Spence Jr. fight. I saw the fight where I was like, oh, man, I got this kid. It'll happen when it happens. My number one thing is to stick to everything that we've planned and everything that I've envisioned and just let it play out round after round.
All right, before I wrap you up here, Sean, Canelo Alvarez getting the headlines, and it's deserved lately. The guy is who he is for a reason. But when you hear him saying, man, I might want to go up to cruiserweight, I might want to do something crazy, I feel like half the population of boxing are ripping him for cherry picking, and the other half are like, we don't see stuff like this too often. Where do you stand on that as fighter to fighter?
Do it. I love that, man. I love everything that he brings to the ring. And whether he's at 75, whether he is at 68, if he somehow manages to get to 160, I wouldn't even be surprised if he went up to heavyweight. I just think that he's doing a fantastic job, and he's really pulling this sport along with him.
Somebody should let him know that, you used to fight at 68 too.
Yeah.
I'm just
saying. Don't say it too loud.
Okay. Well, you got a different fish you got to fry on Saturday night pay-per-view. Sean, best of luck. Great chatting with you. This should be a classic.
Great to hear from you, BC. I'll see you soon. Kind of fun.